hidden behaviors, massive camouflage to protect the family, neglect or abusive behavior toward children, gradual withdrawal from society by all members, lack of love, joy, and gratification and fulfillment. All of these things tend to grow in the life of a child, who has been neglected by their fathers. And lastly, fathers and the infant attachment. A landmark study shows a father-infant interaction occurred in 1964 and showed that, well, let me go back. The landmark study of father-infant interaction that occurred in 1964, it also showed that infants formed and attached to fathers, even though the fathers may not have been nurturing fathers. Well, I just messed that up. So let me read it again, because this is a very powerful point. The landmark study of father-infant interaction occurred in 1964. The study showed that infants formed attachments to fathers, even though the fathers may not have been nurturing fathers. Infants form an attachment to us, even when we're not nurturing, even though we were not nurturing. Why? Because in those earlier stages, they are so critical for the child's psychological, emotional development. So automatically, the child has an attachment to the father. This is why we've heard it, and you've seen it, no doubt, over the years, that even though the dad was nowhere in the picture and hasn't been there for a number of years, that child still has this love for daddy. That's just the way God designed the system. Excuse me. The way God designed the system is that they have an affection for daddy, even though daddy is not nurturing. Until, they begin to wake up in reality and find out, wait a minute, my daddy was just negligent of me and, didn't spend any time with me. And then, of course, other feelings they have to fight down, of course. But the reality is, men, they love us even when we haven't been nurturing to them. They still love us. There's still a spot, in other words, in their hearts for dad. Let's not deny them any longer. If you're not connected with your children, seek to get connected. Reach out to your children. If you're not married to the woman that you had that child with, talk to her. Do all that you can, in other words, to make that connectivity. Well, my time has definitely slipped away again for this broadcast. I pray and I believe that you have been stirred, you've been motivated, you've been inspired, and you've been challenged to change the reality of what fatherhood looks like and to better yourself as a man and as a father, joining right along with me, because I am intent that even at this stage of life to be a better father. See you on the next broadcast. God bless you. And remember, I challenge you, I dare you to change the reality that you're looking at and step into a greater reality. See you next time around.